Welcome to Day Trading for Success, where the professor, a former math teacher turned full-time trader and coder, guides beginners on how to trade for a living using proven strategies, breakthrough indicators, and lessons from essential trading books. The professor isn't a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a pro before diving into any strategies or demos you see here. Start smart, practice in a simulator, stick to a solid day trading plan, and don't forget to log every trade. Your profits will start with preparation. Thank you for allowing us to share in your journey. Please remember to subscribe, comment, give a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can be the first to receive more of our great content.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. So I'm going to be here with our usual group of suspects here. We'll be trading 500 shares of Google on market. I'll be doing some advanced trading with reverse, so don't try to emulate this. Remember, I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so you should seek the advice of somebody. This is a 1 minute chart, and I'm going to be calling off right away. I like the way that we're going off the ATR and the Fibonacci. This is a 2-day Fibonacci level set on a 5-minute chart. And then this is the special Scalp Pro indicator that tells us what's going on inside the candlesticks. I'll go over this layout a little bit more with everybody in a minute, but I am looking to go long right here, guys, if we get a dip. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that there. 222.07 off this fib. So let's see if we can start to get some of this channeling between the ATR and the fib. That's what I'm looking to do right here. I know some of you went short there. I should have called it more. I went long. So obviously everybody is responsible for their own trades. Now we're having some pretty good range on these candlesticks, guys. So, I mean, that's a $3 range on that candlestick. So let's watch this close. Yesterday we had some trouble getting people filled with 1,000 shares. We found out after we were done, which wasn't supposed to happen with market, but they were getting, the slippage was so ridiculous that it might as well have been not getting filled at all. So, yeah, I'm looking for the 324 level, actually, guys. Anything on the market maker that shows me anywhere near 324, really, really moving here. I'm just going to take that. There's my first trade. So I got 323.53, and of course it went up to 324 right after I did that. But actually, that's a terrible fill. So now I see what you guys are talking about. Wow. That was a terrible fill. So our spread is just, wow. I really thought I was much closer to 324 when I hit that. So that's annoying. So we're going to have to watch this close. That could be the difference of hundreds of dollars on every single trade. So and add up quick. So what we're trying to do with a large cap strategy here, normally I don't do Google, as most of you know. So we do have Charlie here. She's handling the chat, and everybody else is on Zoom. Yeah, we're trading a large cap range bound strategy, basically based on day trading volume 1. And yeah, so again, I am looking again for it to go down to the, I don't have a lot of time. I'm going to be choppy on my presentation, guys, because we got right into trading, because I like the setup. That's a ceiling and a floor, ceiling and a floor. So whenever we see that channeling, we go for it. It's a pretty big channel, though, $2 channel, but it's just, that's the way Google is moving. And now I see with the slippage what the problem really is here. So, I'm going to go ahead and get that. So that didn't slip too bad on me there. I got it at 322.90. So I'm a little bit off that, but it didn't come down on the last candle. And the fact that the MACD sent it up, this is a special custom indicator, the MACD right here. And here's our market magnet, and that is above us. So the magnet's always pulling it toward it. So this is the market magnet. It's a good indicator to get. I have links on how to get these things if you don't already have them. And then the MACD is always telling you which direction it's about to go. So I looked at that, and then we had the fib here. So basically I was kind of watching all of that in between the channeling here, along with the Scalp Pro indicator. And now I'm looking at this ATR as a possible reversal. See how this is dropping off as it comes up to it. So it broke that pretty strongly, I might add. And even though we're only doing 500 shares, I'm feeling pretty confident with this range. We can make our 5,000 goal for the day. So we'll see how it goes. Wow. It's, this is making a little bit bigger move. It broke out of the ATR. Now, this is the top of the market magnet, so we're going to want to look for a reversal up there, 325.26 range. But it has been all the way up to 327, and it made a nice tweezer move there. So let's watch that. Let me get a little bit better look at this. Seeing inside the actual candlesticks and then their percentages. So remember, this is what we're going to get, and it's moving fast. We're not going to get ask or bid when we're doing market here. So we want to keep a close eye on this, how fast I can lose this trade. And like I said, I'm doing reverse, so it's getting me out of one position and going the opposite way all at once. So it's kind of an advanced way to trade, but it also is if you're confident that it's, yeah, so I should have probably taken that dip. If you're confident that it's going to change direction, then you might as well just be with the move immediately. And then you do what I call managing a bad position. So this is scalping. If you want to come on and scalp live with me, probably I'm not going to be opening it up to everybody on YouTube until after the first of the year again. Trying to create a core group. So we'll see how that goes with the people that are really more serious about this. But you're basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to predict the future based on historical data, which is what these blue lines are, and what the fib, which is the oldest historical data that there is. And then volume and price action. So you kind of, this is a nice trade. So I'm just kind of getting sidetracked here a little bit. So we're going to make the 325. You're also looking for even and whole dollar, even and half dollar numbers. Even in whole dollar and half dollars is what I'm trying to say. Whole dollar and half dollars. So that is where the crowd trades. And they preset their trades at these levels. So you have liquidity pools around these levels, and you want to watch it along with, the Scalp Pro meter. And then these ATRs, once I get a chance to breathe, I can maybe show you a little bit of this, what the ATR is here. I want to be going in a different direction here pretty soon. I don't think this is just going to go straight up anymore. But it's not doing too bad right now. Everybody's definitely going long, right? Okay. Let's see if we can get it up here and break. I'd like to see it break this market magnet. I'm riding this for a little bit more because it broke that ATR level. So we want to see it break it, then come back and retest it maybe, and then go back up again. And, that would be more like the escalator strategy then. But see how this price action, this liquidity based on the market magnet is sort of trying to pull it down, but it's pulling back now. So it's not ready to head back toward that magnet yet. 99% buyers in here. So this is still going up, guys. Now let's look at this historical data. And all this is where the price action is stopped and abruptly turned around, and only within the last few days. That's why it says 5M. Those are 5 minute on a 5 minute chart. So we'll get a look at this in a minute once I turn around my position here. So now we've got a $1,600 trade. Nice. So that broke 326 for a second. Pretty hard too. Yeah, I'm just going to take that, guys. 326.08. So let me just show you on a 5 minute chart. Basically, I've just sensed that it went up so quickly. You've got your Fibonacci level set high to low. right there within the last few days. And that opened up those possible support and resistance levels. And it has been respecting that one. And then wherever the price action has abruptly turned around, sometimes it's smoothed a little bit. I mark those because they create patterns more often than not where they will repeat that action. And that's what patterns are all about. So you're reading patterns within patterns as well. Like that's a tweezer move right there. Just trying to think here. You had a ladder right here. This pretty much told you it was going to reverse, but it took a second. There's a rickshaw man. Another rickshaw man. Now this is set sensitively. This is another indicator that you see right here showing you what all the other people are seeing. This is a multi-chart alignment. So you have the 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, and 4 hours. So we see what are they thinking. They're all thinking down right now. The 5-minute was green a minute ago, but now it's not. So, and then this is telling you when they're about to switch. So if you're trading with the crowd, you can kind of see what they're seeing to jump in on a 1 minute, like right when they're making their call. So, that's something to think about. I'm actually kind of surprised because it just flipped. That's why this is red. So the 5 minutes said go up. But basically, I'm not thinking it's going to get all the way back up here. I'm trading off this market magnet right now. If you're kind of new here and you're wondering why I'm calling what I'm calling, but the idea is that you you're trying to get with the right historical data and the right indicators. You're trying to figure out which way the stock's going to go. You're trying to predict the way the stock's going to go. So like if you go onto this day chart, you can see how I mark this ATR. You look at the last, this is very commonly done. It's not just me, but you look at the close of yesterday's candle, and then you look at the ATR down there, which was $11.03. You divide that in two. Now you can just get an indicator that does this for you. I have a link to it, but then you subtract half of it from the close to get the ATR low and add half to get the ATR high. That's our original channel, but it broke through there. As you can see, the fib levels, it looks like it's marked on nothing here because this is a day chart, but you can see the other levels here. So I want this to pull back down to this magnet before I think about getting out of this. I need it to get down here again. That's what I'm looking for. So 1 minute chart, day chart below it. Again, custom indicator here, Scout Meter Pro, custom indicator, all these lines here. The MACD is a custom indicator based on EMA crossovers. I have others that you can't really see here that'll show me data. And this is the active trader where we take our trades, shows you what's going on. This is the level 2, and then this is the a 5-minute chart set on I believe it's on a 10-day right now, but I'll jump it around. So it's pretty, there's only a couple of charts here. It just looks like a lot because you see these lines, and this is the way to watch and trade. So that was the 24 that I was looking for. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to stay down. If it goes down there again, anywhere around that 24 or below, guys, I'll play off that ATR level. I trust the ATR. Everybody, most traders trading large cap range will set the range, and that is the RV range, which is half range. And it's very, very well respected. So you're marking levels that other traders will do too, and then you go in where you think they're going to go in. I'm going to take that. I got it at 87, so I got a little bit below it. Maybe a little soon. So we banked 3K. Most of you should have. Well, some of you don't have. Some of you have. Lowest I see there's 1,800. Everybody's trading 500 shares, but some people aren't as quick on the mark, or they jump out quicker because they're scared, which is a very good thing to have. Is you need to figure out your own max loss. max loss per trade, max loss per day. Part of the things that the historical data does for us, of course, is it sets our ranges. So you want to normally set your share size to fill those ranges. Everybody that's trading with me today here on Zoom, it's pretty big, 24 people is professional traders here, or they wouldn't be here. And they can handle pretty big swings, no problem. And then when you see me trade on the YouTube Live, you see me take 3 or 4 trades in 1 minute on a 1 minute candle, and I am more worried about you. Mostly we'll sometimes do 500 shares, but mostly we'll do 100 to 200 shares. And that people will have max loss of $30 and $50, or maybe even, per trade. Maybe $100 a day, $200 a day. So it's more reasonable, and you're just trying to make a living. I'm trying to show on this channel, Day Trading for Success, is a way to make a living. $100 a day, $200 a day, $500 a day, whatever you need. Maybe quit that second job, or pay your mortgage payment, or your mortgage and your car payment, or I like the way it's hitting the market magnet 50% level again. Those arrows literally tell you to turn around, just like they tell you here to turn around. So these indicators are very helpful. This is the market magnet, but the MACD just sent it up. And this is the second time it's tested this. So it's really shooting for an escalator strategy, which might mean that it gets, back up toward that tweezer move, which is kind of what I'd like to see. It's too much sending it up right here, so let's just see if it can break this for a second. I slowed down because I was thinking about going for it there. Now, technically the goal's 5K, and I stopped, but it's so early in the day. This has got quite a range. It's not normally something we'd sell. They assured us that 500 shares should not be a problem on market. Of course so, because they love to make their money on every trade we make on market. In the middle of the 5 minute here too, going up. So look at how everything just turned green for us. So yeah, we broke that 1 hour. So now you can see we're breaking past the 1 hour. So it's going back and forth. They're all right. We're right on that mark, 1 hour mark. That's why it keeps going red to green. So if it breaks up here, everything's going to go green, but the 4 hour. So, and these kind of are telling you the actual lines have trouble catching up as fast as this does, but it tells you when the candle's going to flip, and that's kind of important to know. So I'm waiting for it to break the 26, which it just did. Even dollars is something to think about. Whole dollars, not even dollars, whole dollars are something to think about, as well as half dollars. Now you saw that the volume increased. That turned blue. That's why this Scout Pro meter is so good. Last candle, that turned blue on that big rickshaw man, telling us that the power to go up was still very strong. So it's breaking the 26. Wow. I don't think I'm going to go much past where it was. 326.80, 326. Maybe 327. Maybe where it was flipping around before. I'm going to take that. 326.88, I got it out. Broke the 5K. Mostly I wanted to bank that. Now, if this keeps shooting through here, I will manage a bad position for a period of time. But if it gets up in here, I'm going to lick my wounds and reverse back. Fortunately, it's still showing it's very strong, going up. I'm looking for the 26 even maybe, or depending on how strong it hits it, 325 maybe. Looking at the market maker here. Okay, that's what I'm trading on, guys, because the level 2 isn't going to give me anything. And the market maker is going to probably, they're going to probably scalp 20 cents off me on this stock. So that's quite a bit of money there. $100 to $200. Wow. Is that should have taken that trade back there. I should have taken that trade and flipped around with this. Really thought it was going to keep going. Instead, it's going up. I thought it was going to go down a little more, but that is tragic for me. Can we get another dip? I want to reverse, but I'm looking for another dip here. Yeah, I blew about $300 or $400 right there. I got a nice big cushion. There it goes back down. How far are you going? You going to stop at the 326? I'm just going to take that. That wasn't much, but 326.53. I stopped too soon. I would have won, got it, and then going the other way. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Okay, so I broke below. See, that's what I thought was going to happen a minute ago, and instead it held out and killed me there. I have a max loss of 1,000 per trade on this share size, so on this stock. Typically, it'll be whatever my share size is, but this is moving so, the range is so strong on this that man, that hurt quite a bit there. I'm going to hold through the move. I think it's going to go back up. Let's see if it makes a nice bull flag here. This would be nice. If you don't count that wick, which is, did it ever really get down that far? Or is that a shadow wick? I don't know. But there it goes back up. So I'm waiting through this move, but I'm not thinking it's going to break much higher than where it was. So well, there's green for a split second anyway. Looking for it to get 327. Give me a 327 at least before I flip it. So what goes up must come down. What goes down must come up. That's the great thing about large caps. They just keep, there was 95 cents for a split second there for me. Maybe I should have taken that. 93 again. It's so fast that, whoa. What did I get that at? 02. That's better than I thought I was going to get. So I'm still 5,600. Oof. It's getting a little harder to read in here, guys. It's not channeling how I would like it to be. Oh, man. I let that go too soon too. So I'm not calling these perfectly, and the volume went up on that. Man. Yeah, I've left about $1,000 on the table here in the last few trades. I mean, we're still nice and green, and I made my goal, but I am going to probably call it a little shorter today than usual, since I've already up to the 5K. Usually that takes about 30 minutes. This stock's got some serious range here. I'll look for 326, anywhere near that, and try to capitalize on this. Get me over 6K, looking for 326, looking at the market maker. There's 326.56, then back to 73, then 82. I mean, this thing is hard to call. Spreads moving around pretty quick here. Somebody's at 7,000. Nice. Yeah, I know I missed a few for sure. Well, that depresses me. No, I'm glad you're doing good. This is me, my own failings. So, your idea is you're trying to predict the future. Sometimes it's a little harder than other times. Sometimes it's just like clockwork. But this one is, it's moving around a little in between these levels without rhyme or reason, really. So I'm starting to focus more on the half and whole dollars and the actual level of the volume. See if we can figure these liquidity pools, which will give it a boost one way or the other. 39.40 cents. There's 19. So we're looking for 3. What did I get it at? 06. That wasn't too bad. I broke 6K. Yeah, I was about to say this might be my last trade, but I'm not saying that. There. We did good. I mean, most of the historical data has helped us. You can see it here when this 5 minutes so reduced, where those were marked. Pretty, no-brainer spots where the price action clumped and turned around or abruptly turned around. That was marked by the ATR there. So, this kind of told us how these levels should be if they repeat, and that's the idea with patterns. The market magnet's way down here, so now your MACD's turning this around. I'm going to hold this for a little bit and take a breath here. So see that wow, they're having trouble reconciling because the amount of shares has delayed because that was over 8,000. This is getting delayed. So a lot of people are jumping in this move right here. Sometimes Thinkorswim can't quite keep up with the histograms and the patterns with the price action. Just a hair here and there. But you guys have seen me trade, if you watch some of the archive videos, without even using a chart, just trade off price action. That I can do that. And you can see the patterns in the price as well. Once you really get into it, it's not that difficult. So yeah, I'm going to probably get out of this pretty quick here. I'm going to get out of this. Let's see. I kind of wanted to see 7K there, but I see it's dropping off. Obviously, you can't go by price to make your trades. So I see that MACD keeps trying to turn around. You see it keep flashing from the crossover on the moving averages. There's 7K. I'm going to get out. Since I didn't reverse, it didn't slip me as much. I stopped, guys. 7,112. Well, she's letting them know. That's going to be my last trade. Obviously, you guys can continue to trade. So if you're new here, there's tons and tons of videos showing how to trade. It's just basically that simple. You just set your marks. Look at the price action. Look at however the crowd is going to trade. Follow them along for short term. This is short term. Crowd trading with the crowd long term, as Tom Hogarth points out in Best Loser Win, isn't necessarily the right thing to do. But you can. And the other one I recommend is trading in the zone. That's another great book. And then Day Trading Volume 1 or the Candlestick Pattern Playbook or Day Trading Volume 4. I have all those books linked, and they help me if you go through my channel. But also custom indicators are linked to the $1 Million Margin Club, which is really the only company that I help aspire to, because they make the indicators the cheapest for people. But you don't have to have these to trade. I mean, they just make it easier, in my opinion. But you can trade this way just by marking your own lines. And, you know, people make it seem like it's such a big deal to trade. The big deal is getting control of yourself and following your max loss, and not just, you know, saying it has to turn around because you need it to turn around. Like if you made a mistake, just get out, and then you're going to get your money back again. I run it at 90+% accuracy, as you've seen me trade live many times. And probably I'll be, for the YouTube crowd, I'll be coming back after the first of the year. So listen for the dates about when I'll be opening it up to everybody. Otherwise, it's just a small core group here right now. Just got back for quite a while in Europe, and I'm back here for a while. So listen, guys, thanks again for watching. I know the holiday's coming up soon. Hope everybody has a good holiday if I don't see you again until after. And just be careful out there, guys. All right? Go green.